Hey y'all, it's Kathy Bowe. I'm your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And in our Stamping 101 video series, I'm going to teach you how to make a card. We're going to start from the beginning all the way through. And I hope I've remembered to bring everything over here to my desk. But there is possible I'm going to have to get up and go get some. But we are going to use a design from Angela Westland. She's in Australia, and she designed the card that we're going to make. We're using the Hold On to Hope stamp set with the Cross of Hope framelit dies. And that's this set. And we're using this die here. And we're going to use this die here. Excuse me. As I said in an earlier video, when you go to pull your dies off the sticky paper, don't just pull like this. You want to bend the paper out from under them and press with your finger and just bend that paper out, because you cannot hurt that paper, but you can bend these. So we're going to leave those there. We're also going to use the Layering Ovals framelit dies. We're going to use this one, which I guess I would call that number 2. Some people start here, but I would go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the second one of the larger, wider ones. And we're going to use the Big Shot. We're going to use Soft Suede and Wild Wasabi ink. And we're using Memento Tuxedo Black ink. We're using Pear Pizzazz cardstock and Whisper White cardstock. And I'll go over those measurements with you in a moment. And this is my stamp block case. It's available in the main catalog now. Let's see what size I'm going to want. I think this should do it, but we'll see. Oops. I have not even used the set yet. It just came the other day. So that's close. It would do. Yeah, I'm going to go the next size block up. And you'll see my blocks have a little bit of adhesive on them. It's just oh goodness, it's the best way to get these stamps to stick. Because one thing you do not want to happen is get your card all cut and planned and everything, and you go to use your stamp and it drops off the block. You don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen to you. So they're your blocks. Just go ahead and run a strip of adhesive on it. I'll just refresh this a bit. There we go. Won't hurt a thing. So for now, I'm just going to punch out the cross. And I showed this in a previous video, but I will show you again right here how to get the labels on top of your stamps. Now, some people don't want the labels on them. They just want that foam top. Make sure you can see everything. Yeah. Okay, they just want this foam top, and that typically would be sufficient to stick. But I like the labels on mine, so I'm going to take off this part here. We don't need these, and we can throw them away. And on this sheet, it's basically a sticker sheet. There is a cut line down the center of every single design, no matter how small. You kind of fold it out, and you find that line, and you peel that piece away. Then you take your stamp. And of course, this is the part we want inky, so we don't want to, put that against there. And you just match it on to the label. Just like this, press it on. So when you pick it up, half of it is stuck on and half of it is not, right? So we're just going to pull this part off and gently rub along, and there we go. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with this one. These are the little flower things that are going on the card. And I'll hold it up so you can see. I'm going to start with this edge here. And you do want to try and get that right because if you don't, it's just a little bit difficult to peel that back off. Okay, it's pretty difficult. No pressure, right? And excuse my voice, I'm in Georgia and we have pollen like crazy right now. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is get ready to use the Big Shot. So we're going to start with the soft suede. And I'm going to ink it up. I'm doing this in my hand because I don't want to bounce the table around. Okay, there we go. It doesn't matter where I stamp on this because I'm going to be cutting it out. And I suppose it's supposed to look like that because that's kind of how the stamp looks. So I'm not concerned about that. Little splotchy maybe. Of course, the Stamparatus would fix that right up. Okay, so we got that. And now we're going to stamp the... Let's see, we're going to put a circle. Here, we're going to cut a circle in this. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do some Big Shot work. Okay, so let me bring that over. Big Shot is exactly what it sounds like. It's a big shot. It takes up all its room. Okay. All right, so the Big Shot's really cool. It does not need electricity. It's just this really cool die cutting machine. And for this particular case, we're going to use the multi-purpose platform. These are these different things are called shims, and I don't know that I've ever used that one. And then this one I would use with a thick folder, like an embossing folder. And this one is for thinlets and framelets, these kind of things. And you use this plastic shim on the outside, and yes, they're going to look like that, and it's just going to make you go, oh dear, I don't want it to look like that, but it's going to look like that. True story. Okay, so I need to get this one off as well for the cross. Can you tell I have not made this card before? Okay, we're going to put it right here. And I had, where is he? Here he is. My little piece of washi tape. My little washi friend. I'm going to put it right here. And just hold that down. Okay? We also have a magnetic platform. And to me, it's a luxury item. It really is. I mean, get it if you want it. But you do not need it. As long as you've got a little bit of washi tape or scotch tape, you're good to go. So I'm just going to crank this through. You hear that big cracking noise? That's normal. Here we go. Okay. Totally normal for it to sound like that. And there is our cross. I love it. Okay, so I'll probably lose it. Y'all be saying, hey, you put it right there. And I cannot see your comments. I'm so sorry. I was trying to keep the computer running for that card image on Pinterest. So I'm not able to see it. Okay, this, let's see now, I'll tell you the measurements here. This is the 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock. Cut it in half. So that makes this 5.5 by 4 1/4. When you fold it, it's 4 1/4. When it's open, it's 5.5 by 8.5. Fold it, and it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. All right. Okay. The next measurement is your background, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. And this is the next one. It's 4 3/4 by 3.5. We're going to lay this down and put this right here. And Set this down. Come on now. And you just start feeding it through a little bit. Listen. There it goes. Don't be worried if it sounds like your Rice Krispies in the morning, because it will. It will sure sound like that. Okay. Now, we are going to use the Big Shot one more time, but I've got to wait just a minute to stamp something else. Okay. So, I'm going to take this stamp, remove this one, and yes, I'm getting ink on me because I don't have everything over here at my recording table. At my filming table in the film studio, we're going to stick that right there. We're going to use Wild Wasabi. And I did write on this, so I'm going to flip it over. Another thing I love about Stampin' Up. Now my objective here is I want my flower to kind of come in here, and then it's going to come out here. So I'm just going to put a light pencil line, okay? Just to give me an idea about where I want that flower to go. Or vine, whatever you want to call it. So I'm inking it up really well with Wild Wasabi. Did I say what? Yeah, Wild Wasabi. And I see my little pencil line. And I'm just going to kind of go along that a little bit. Okay, like that. Just very delicate, very pretty. Very nice. And of course, I'm going to need one more little piece of cardstock that I do not have with me. So please hold. Should be right back. Okay. Hallelujah for pre-cut cardstock, right? Okay, so actually, I had a somewhat tragic accident while I was doing that other. My drink dripped on it. I've got water sitting over here and it dripped all over it. So I'm just going to have to cut this again. So what do you do in a pinch? Well, it's a pinch because I don't want to run over there and get my my Stampin' cutter. So I'm just using this one as a template. And this is what happens when I have a boo-boo, y'all. I mean, I'm not, you know, y'all get what you get. It's just me. Y'all know I make boo-boos all the time. But this time my water bottle did. I didn't do it. See, if I've been drinking a Diet Coke or something, it wouldn't have happened, right? My friend has a, she sells 31, and I'm actually getting a little carry case for that dang bottle because it keeps doing that to me. Okay, so we're going to run this one back through again, and I need to use this and stamp again. I'll show what we're going to do here. See, I didn't even cry over that, did I? Okay, so I'm going to put my little vine here. So you know I've got one vine here, and this is the other vine. I'm going to close my little ink pad so I don't have any more terrible things happen. Let's see now. Let's move y'all. Move y'all right there. Move you over here. Bring in the Big Shot again. And just like we did before, I'm going to, but I can do these at the same time. So I'm going to put my little oval here. And this guy, I can just cut him down. And what are all these jingly things on my scissors? Well, I showed you last night, but I'll show you again. These are my little, I call them doodly-doos. But what they are, they're stamps that I have used, come on now, stamps I have stamped out and used with Shrinky Dinks. And this one and this one is Stampin' Up. That's not. And that's not. But I really like her, and I really like Boston Terriers. So there we go. All right, so I hope you can see this. Let's see if you can see it. Not really. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to cut these out. Okay. When I'm lining this up, I'm looking here, 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 and here, just to be sure that I've covered everything. I'm going to put the top on right here, and I'm going to zip it through. Now you'll hear some crunching. And that is okay. It can do some crunching if it wants to. Sounds like somebody's trying to sneak into my studio while I'm working. All right, let's see. We've got these little guys to punch out. And look how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? And it took no time at all. I didn't even have to cut it out. How about that, people? It makes me happy. Okay, but I did have a little boo-boo over here, and I need to trim this up a little bit, which never goes well. Ever. Never, ever. We'll see what happens. How about that? And really and truly, I'm a perfectionist, but I don't want y'all to wait for me to be a perfectionist. I just want you to see the card finished. Okay, 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 okay. So we've got this layer, and we've got this layer. We are going to erase that little pencil mark, just gently. So that's gone. We'll put this here, like this. I'm going to go ahead and start gluing these things down. This is a this is my snail adhesive from Stampin' Up. Love it. Okay, so that's on. And then let's see which side I like. This one. I'm just going to put this on here like this. And all I'm trying to do is center this as best I can. I'm going to put that like that. And this one is going to come around like that. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? It's kind of sort of the way the girl had it. There's also a sentiment. What did I do with my stamp set? Come on. Y'all saw me put it somewhere. Where'd I put it? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's right here. It was upside down. We're going to use the, probably this simple Hold On to Hope. My goodness, that machine that cut this one, it just really went to town, didn't it? I've never seen these frayed like that. Wouldn't you know it's one I'm doing a video on. Never seen it done. Okay, we'll move this guy off. We'll put this guy on. And this is always tricky for me because I should know better than to try and stamp something where I have to eyeball it, because I don't usually do very well, but that's okay because I'm here to teach and make mistakes and make you feel better about your mistakes, right? So I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and yes, it says Copics because this is what I use for alcohol markers. And Stampin' Up! Now carries alcohol markers. but I have invested quite a bit in my Copics. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put this like that. And let's do one more quick big shot here. I want to see if we like it with this. Let's see what we think. I thought I'd have all my big shot done at once, but no, because I keep changing it up. And I thought I would heat emboss, but I probably won't. Not this time. Just do this. I think I'll run him back by. If he's got a lot of detail to him, I would run him by twice, just for the fun of it. And we also have a special tool that you can use to get all of these little pieces out, which typically it's not a big deal unless it's a super involved die cut. So I'm just punching those out, and it's good. Put this over here, and there's a couple of ways to do this. You can gently roll it like on a pencil, and they pop out. You can pop them out with something sharp, but this is really the easiest right here. Or you can use it, that special little tool of ours, which, guess what? Can't remember what it's called. I'm really a terrible teacher. I don't mean to be. But tonight I think I am. I think I'm being a terrible teacher. Come on now. That one just did not quite cut enough. I should have put just a little more oomph into it and got that to cut. Because I am a little nervous about cutting into this. But who's going to know, right? You're going to know. And I'm going to know. There, that'll do. Hey, that looks pretty good. Pinch that off right there. See, this was not supposed to take this long. I am so sorry. But there was no make a card race, is there? Because if so, I think I got stalled out in lap number 4. Okay, there we go. And this right here is not a Stampin' Up tool. It's a Scary Dentist tool that I found in a hardware store. And I thought, hey, that looks like something I can use. And doggone if I don't use it every single day I make cards. I use this thing. Okay, my word. Ugh, the struggle is real, people. Okay, so here's our cute little card. We can use this later for something else. Cute little card. We're going to put this on top. Isn't that pretty? That really dresses up the card. And how pretty that would be for Easter. I'm just going to kind of put a little snail on it. And probably it would be great if you were cutting several of these. You could just do it on one of our adhesive sheets and cut it out that way. I've never used this set before, but I'll tell you what, it is so pretty. That is just so pretty. Now, what are you doing over here? Come here. I got to put a little bit right here. He's he's going to have to sit in the front of the bus so I can keep an eye on him. He's not acting right. Okay, so now I'm deciding. I think I like it like this. I like it like that. Okay, that's what we'll do. And here I could use the little dots, the Stampin' Dimensionals, or the little adhesive dots, one or the other. Right now, before that gets all glued down, let's go up under here and put our little cross in here. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Love it, love it. And the inside could say, I have made you, I will carry you, I will sustain you, and I will rescue you. That's from Isaiah 46:4. Such a beautiful sentiment. I love that. Now, here's how we could step up this card. Lots of ways. You can use a Wink of Stella to put some glittery kind of finish on these leaves, which I might do. You could use an embossing folder to make this more detailed, or you could have used an embossing folder here to make that more detailed. You could use heat embossing, which is Versamark ink, the heat embossing powder. You need an embossing buddy and the heat tool. See, I had it all ready out here, but I figured I'd already messed up too many times. I didn't want to chance it. And you can emboss this whole thing here. That would be so beautiful. So this is just a sweet card that I enjoyed making with you. And thanks for hanging out, and thanks for being here with me. Y'all have a blessed day. Toodles.